Hi, Patty.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Nice to meet you. And so we were put in touch by your friend who nominated you for this pro bono reading because I like to give away a reading to people in need. I know nothing about you. All I've been told is you've suffered a loss. So it's important with mediumship to say nothing and to give me no clues. As I proceed with this reading, I'm going to tell you everything that I see. And on occasion, I'm going to ask you if what I'm seeing makes sense to you. So if you can just keep your response to either a yes or a no. And if I'm confused about something, I'll ask you for more clarity. But generally, I like to give as much information without any feedback as possible. I'm already sensing a spirit presence with you. So I just want to close my eyes and focus, and I'll let you know the first thing that I get. Okay, this is a young man who steps forward. He's not alone, but he's at the front row. He wants to be the front line here. And I'm hearing mum, mum, mum. So you must be mother to him. You've lost a son.
Yes.
Okay, please know that he's coming forward. Now, my brother-in-law's name is Christopher, and he's giving me my brother-in-law's name over and over in my head. Is he related to a Christopher?
Um, he is Christopher?
Oh, that's his name. Okay, because he's replaying this name to me, but my brother-in-law likes to go by Christopher, but he's shortening it's to Chris. So he prefers to be called Chris, apparently. He's telling me to just call him Chris.
Yes.
Um, tell mom I'm okay. Tell mom I'm okay. He's joking with me. He said, tell mom I have a girlfriend. Okay. He shows me himself at roughly 16 or 17. I don't know if that's how old he would be or if that's how old he was around the time of his passing. Does that make any sense to you?
Um, a little bit.
Okay. He would be older now, though.
Um, yes.
Yeah. He's taking me back to youth, like not quite 20 is what I want to say. Okay. Um, he says he's been coming to you in dreams. That's his preferred sign to you. You don't get them very often, but once a year or twice a year, you'll have him in a dream, and he looks younger or radiant and very good. And you'll it's actually a visitation. That's how he likes to come to you. He used to do something with coins or dimes, moving them on you somehow or putting them in your path, but he doesn't play around with that as much anymore. He's not as interested in that sign.
Yes.
But do you remember any of these dreams that you get with him?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Perfect. Yeah, because he's going to try more. He's going to try to ramp up the signs to let you know. Of course, this is a sign what we're doing from him, but personally, without the use of a medium, he's going to try to reach you.
Okay.
Um, he's telling me that his passing was not natural. It wasn't like a cancer. It wasn't in the body. This was sort of like an accident. It feels like to me. My life is like I'm jolted out of my body almost. Is the feeling I get.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
smelling engine oil.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's not. He doesn't take responsibility. I don't know if that means that it happened to him. Like it's not like he was in control of the situation.
Right.
Um, it reminds me a lot of cases where I deal with like an automotive accident, but the feeling here is that it's not negligence. It's almost like the perfect storm of everything that could go wrong went wrong at the same time. It's like if one of these elements just didn't go wrong, maybe the outcome would be different. But it's like a perfect storm of everything that could go wrong went wrong. But I'm not giving responsibility to him. He makes me feel like it was out of his hands. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. He's he's showing me three people involved or three others. Like what's that, son? Three. He just keeps flashing three. Are you aware of three people involved in this incident?
Yes.
Okay. Is it three others or three with him involved?
Um, three altogether.
Three
With
altogether?
yes.
Okay. Okay. And did two pass?
Yes.
Two
Yes.
people passed.
Yes.
Because one of the people that's with him is from that incident. Like this is two, oh my God, two tragedies.
Mm-hmm.
Two families affected. There's more than two families affected, but two passings. Okay, hold on. Just was that another young man?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but it wasn't the other driver. It was in the car with him.
No. No.
Oh, it was another driver that passed.
Oh, no, no, no. It wasn't the driver.
Yeah, it's in the car. It's like two of them, but from the same situation. I feel like. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, bear with me here. He's trying to show me these concepts, but they're coming really quick. I'm trying to sort them out. Now, I lost my mother in March, and he's flashing the month of March at me. Is this meaningful as an anniversary for him?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. But it's not birthday. Is this the time of passing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. But his birthday was recent. He says, think of me on my birthday. I had more of those. I had more birthdays than death days.
Mm-hmm.
He's going backwards. Was his birthday recent, like a month ago or within a month?
No.
Okay.
Well, a couple months.
Okay. Like you're thinking December?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because he's like, I come around more than. Think of me on my birthday month. That's what I feel from him. He highlights a J initial, and that's connected to him. I don't know if it's like Jordan or J-O.
Yes. Yes.
Feels like a friend. It doesn't feel family. Feels
Yes.
more like a friend.
Yes. Yes.
He says, come on, Mom, you should know. You should know.
Yes. Yes.
He's
Definitely.
razzing you a little bit.
Yes. I know what he's saying.
He comes to visit all the time. He's always checking in on you. Did you make a spot for him in the garden? Did you put a little thing in the garden for him years ago? Someone put a little, I don't know if it's his grandmother or you or his aunt, but one of the women in the family made put some kind of little stone or something
Yes.
in the
Yes.
garden for him.
Yes.
And he appreciated that. I don't know who M would be, like Melanie or Mary or something like that, but he's sending his love over to an M name. Do you know who that is to him? Is that an auntie?
It's
Or like
cousin.
a family friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I just did an interview with my baby cousin who's young enough to be my nephew. Was his cousin older than him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 12, 13 years or something?
Actually older.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because she feels more like an auntie. And
Yes.
she might have gotten a tattoo for him, but she did some other memorial for him as well. He's got so many memorials. He's like laughing about it. He's like, we'll be here all day talking about all my memorials. So he doesn't want to talk too much more about that. But he does come to you often. Very, very often. And this is not something he does these days as much as he used to, but he can spool up electromagnetic fields, you see, and in such a way, like in the yard, it'll attract birds or butterflies to the field because these animals can sense these things. So he sent birds or he's attracted flying animals to your family at times as a sign as well. So he's done different things over the years. But lately he says, I just come to Mom directly. He just talks to you directly. And you'll be doing laundry or at the store or in the car, and you won't be thinking necessarily of him, but then suddenly a memory or a thought of him will just pop into your head out of nowhere, and that's actually him talking to you. And if you pay attention to what the memory is, there'll be a message hidden in it for you, because you're pretty telepathic with your son. You've connected with him spiritually. You may not know this, but it's true. He's like, Mom's hard-headed. She doesn't hear me half the time. But he does. He tries. He tries. Did he have a nephew and a niece born since his passing?
Yes.
Are there 3 in total, though?
No. No, just one.
Just one now? Okay, because there might be more coming in the future. Because he's showing me he's very proud. Is it a niece right now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because she's really cute. He's really all over her. Like a fat kid to a birthday cake. He really adores her. I don't know if she's got like wavy hair or something, but he's showing me her hair and he's playing with her hair. So that's your first grandbaby. Is she something around 3 or 4?
She's no, she's 10 now.
10? Yeah, because he's showing me her growing up from a sort of a young age. He's very proud of her. That's not the M name, though. Who was the M name from earlier that you were thinking of?
It was my cousin.
Okay. Is that the same one we were talking about? So his cousin is like, your cousin is his second cousin, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. He was more like an aunt.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. So we figured that out already. Perfect. I don't know if you kept his stocking at Christmas and you put it up every year, but he sees this. There's something about a stocking. Now, I'm aware that we talked about his birthday in December, so it's close to Christmas, but there's some kind of, and I don't know if it's like a hockey stocking or something. There's some kind of symbol or emblem with it. I don't know if you even do it anymore. Maybe someone else has it or it's somewhere, but he's showing me this.
No, not.
Okay. Because it might be something that you come to find and then it will be given down, perhaps to one of the future children. Okay. Is that granddaughter through his brother?
His sister.
Oh, his sister? Has his brother not had any kids yet?
No.
Because that might be where we're seeing more children in the future somehow. We'll see. Because some of this is for the future, right? And it's good that we're recording this. You'll get a copy of this.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. I'm hearing a bag. He's doing something with a bag in my ear. Tell Mom I've got the ruffles. There's something about barbecue chips.
Oh my God, yes.
He's doing this in my ear with barbecue chips. And he's saying, tell Mom I got my chips.
That was his favorite. It's barbecue chips.
Was it Ruffles though? Anything barbecue. I think he's just showing me it to get me to think chips. Mm-hmm. I'm not allowed to eat those anymore, so he's taunting me now. Okay. He sends his love to his father. He does. He sends his love to Dad. It's hard for Dad to talk about this or even process it. It's something that he sort of silently suffers with, even though it's been years and years and years.
Yes, yes.
But he's with his father a lot. He's helping his father internally. That's the feeling I get. Yeah. He's showing me something. I grew up on motorcycles, and he's putting himself on a motorcycle, but it's not the kind I ride. We're more Harleys. He's more like a speed demon.
Oh my God, yes.
And he's showing me this little Kawasaki kind of thing. Mm-hmm. He's racing on it like it's red or something.
Yes.
And he's showing me, tell Mom I'm doing this up here. Like he can do that up where he is. Participates in tournaments and things. He enjoys this. It's sort of a sport. Bit of an adrenaline junkie. Like you really like the thrill of it.
Yes.
Bit of a daredevil type. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call him a jock, but I would say that would have been his sport. That's the feeling I get with him.
Definitely. Yeah.
Matt or Mark or something. Or Mike. There's this M name male who might be alive who used to do that with him, or he attributes this as a good memory as well.
His dad.
That's dad. So dad got him into it.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it Matt? How do I say dad's name?
Oh, oh, it's Mike.
Mike. Okay, I'll accept that. It's hard with M names for me because so many of them are one syllable. That's why. Like Christopher is 3 syllables, so I have more to work with there. He's with his grandmother too. She's there and she's happy. She's safe. Did she die after him?
Yes.
Because he came to get her. He helped her cross over. I don't know if she was calling out to him or if she saw him near death, but she had deathbed vision with him. And he was there to help grandma over. Was that only in the last 6 years or something?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, like something like 2.5 to 3.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Is that your mom?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because she's okay now. She remembers everything now. She was foggy of mind toward the end. Did she suffer with dementia or something?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, please know that she remembers everything and she's taking care of your baby now. So your mom has your son and she's taking care of him. And he just said, I'm making her cook. She has to cook for him up there. Your mom had lost your dad years prior, though, yeah?
Kind of. They were divorced.
Okay. And did your dad pass as well?
No.
Okay, so the loss or the separation is the divorce, I see. But they divorced later in life, eh? Uncharacteristic.
Yes, yes,
It
very.
wasn't common to divorce at 63, or whatever. It's like, it's unusual. So your mom really was a lone wolf, though. She's a tough cookie, your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Her whole life was her grandchildren and her children. That was the love of her life.
Yes, definitely.
She's a real sweet soul. Her energy is very soft. You really take after your own mom. You're a lot like her. Like some you can resemble one parent more than another, and like definitely anyone who knows your mom and knows you would say you're more like your mom.
Yes.
She puts an L above herself, so that could be her initial or someone she's with in the spirit world, very important to her. Do you know who the L might be, like Lynn or Liz? Which could be Betty.
I'm just trying to think, Al.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
It'll come to you later. Because she has ancestors up there, right? People that you haven't associated with in a long time.
Right.
Okay. And an R, like Roy or Ronald or something. R, Ron, Rod, R-O, Robert. These are people from her past that she's reunited with. I think in the family tree you'll find them. We could be even going up to her grandparents and her aunts and uncles at this point. So just know that your son and your mother have a lot of people who are with them in the background from the ancestry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if you have a sister living, but someone other than you will be doing family tree work. So you'll be hearing these names later.
Okay.
I can't tell if he's saying you just moved or you're going to move. Because there's something about a move, but it's hard because he could be talking about just after his passing years ago too. I can't really figure out what he means. Do you have any plans for a move, or did you do one in the last year?
No.
Okay, so we'll say this is probably back when he first passed. Had you just moved around the time of his passing?
No.
Okay. If it just doesn't make sense, I mean, look, it could be the future. So he's talking about a move, and I'll leave that with you because it might make sense next year.
Mm-hmm.
But he makes me feel it's positive. It's a good feeling that's with it.
Okay.
I don't know if he's joking again with me, but he's sharing me like, have you retired yet, Mom? Have you retired yet?
Yes.
So is that new in the last year or so of officially?
Actually, I went back to work after he passed for a while, and then my mom got dementia, so I took care of her.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. I was going to say, were you a nurse before by trade? But now I understand because you helped your mom. So that might be why that became your job before retirement. You were essentially nursing. But you were like in more business before, weren't you? In like an office setting?
Um, no,
What
no.
did you do before?
I was actually a quality control for a vegetable
Mhm.
company, like a
Just like
manufacturing.
business. Yeah, just look businessy, you know?
Mhm.
So you were kind of, I understand it's more like factory and all that stuff, but it just looked stupid. It just looked businessy. And it's happy that you've moved more in this direction of retirement.
Mhm.
It's good for you because now you're doing your real soul homework. You're working on yourself inside, and you're working on happiness as a theme. And you know, one of the things that your son learned in his life review and growing in the spirit world is a key to happiness is purpose and meaning. And I feel that he guides you with putting your hand into the hands of others who have gone through what you've gone through. I'm not sure if you've thought about working with a hospice on a voluntary basis, or if you've just thought about doing a support group. But he makes me feel like these things are good ideas for you, and you can write through almost like blogging or posts because you've wanted to write a book, but you haven't figured yourself to be an author. So if you
Right.
do small posts, you can compile it. He makes me feel, and those posts can be with people. Even if it's talking to other parents who have lost children and then compiling their stories too, you know, and compiling emails back and forth. These are good things for you because this is your true homework versus what you do to pay the bills. Our true work sometimes is internal and it's not what we do to make money. And that's what he makes me feel in terms of part of your journey to happiness. Yeah. Because that's what his primary motive is to help you get back to happy. Because as you know, after losing a child, um, it's like you wonder if you'll ever be happy again. The best you can do is okay. And he wants you to go beyond that to happy. And he's going to help you. He is helping you. He's very handsome. Very handsome. Um, he has your eyes. He has your eyes because you have very defined sort of cat-like eyes, and he has very. You can really see in your face. Like his father looks very different from you, and he doesn't
Yes.
look much like his father. But he has his
No.
father's coloring though, because he has darker hair,
Hmm.
and he might have had wavy or curly hair, but his face is more like yours.
Yes, definitely,
Mhm.
definitely.
And if you want to, after we're done, you can send me a photo of him and I can edit it over so people watching this can see. Because I don't know any, I don't know, I didn't know you had lost a son or anything, but it'll be nice to edit and post and to show your story more so people can see what I see.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. He's okay with that, he says, because he says, I'm handsome. You can show me off. He's cheeky. He's a funny little bugger. Dry sense of humor, though.
Yes.
Very dry. He shows me fishing in shallow water. So his friends would do that, or he's with his friends. They do that. Someone does that still.
Yes, definitely. He
Is it fly
definitely.
fishing specifically,
Um,
or in
I,
the creek? It's like a
yes,
creek.
yes, yes.
It, yeah,
Yes.
it doesn't look like a deep lake. It looks like you can stand at the edge and or even walk into it a bit. Because I'm seeing the big boots on, like galoshes or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's taking me there as a memory. Because you've gone to the places he would go, and you've sort of walked around, and that's better than going to a grave site. Because he'll be with you when you do that. Yeah. Is there like a Shannon or a Susan, like an S name female that he was close to?
I'm trying to think. Oh my God.
His sister will know who I'm talking about. It's like an old friend or something, and he's saying hi to her. He's just giving shout outs. He's just telling people he's watched over them. There's like a Shannon or Susan or something, maybe even Sharon. but his sister will know who that was to him.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 He keeps going sort of back and forth between us. He like wants to just talk to you directly. He thinks I'm stupid. Like he doesn't need a middleman. So this is sort of new. Have you never been to a medium before? He's showing me Sandy. That's strange. You've never been
Um,
to a medium?
I went to a psychic once,
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago, and they really didn't tell me too much.
Yeah, because he's like, this is his first time. But someone who knows him or someone connected to him had been to a medium before, maybe Sandy Wiltshire. He's come through before, but not you. You didn't go to that medium. Huh. Interesting. You'll have to do some homework, find out who that might have been.
Yes.
But this is his first time coming forward this way. So he's not used to it. He's doing, I'd say he's doing excellent, but he thinks I'm pretty stupid. He doesn't know what my purpose is. It's like, why can't I just talk to my mom? But it's because, of course, because you can't hear him the same way. Go to Florida. Have you gone down to Florida before?
No.
Okay, because he's showing me you going. He wants you to go, and he'll be with you when you go. So there's a trip there, and maybe friends or something. Like it's more than you. It's like you're invited, or you can go because other people they have a place or something. Okay, so he wants you to go when the opportunity arises, because you won't always give yourself the luxury. But he thinks it'll be good for you.
Okay.
He's got a dog with him that he's taking care of in the spirit world. It doesn't look like a small dog either. Like I don't know the breed. It could be a German Shepherd or some kind of larger dog. Was the family dog put down?
No, but he loved my daughter's dog, and
Yeah.
he passed, and he was a big dog.
What's his breed?
He was a Malamute.
Okay, so because I don't know dogs that well, but if he had any of the, was that breed? Are their ears more triangles or flops?
More triangles.
Yeah, because I was seeing like the triangled ears. It was, and maybe the coloring of a German Shepherd, maybe like the browns and golden and then black. Maybe there's coloring that's similar because he's taking care of the dog. Yeah. And did that pup just pass in the last like 3 or 4 years?
It's been a
A
little
little
bit
while
longer.
longer.
Yeah.
Maybe it's only been 3 or 4 years after he died then that the dog passed, because he's taken the pup over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a couple of cats up there too, but he's mostly taking care of the dog.
Mm.
Oh, isn't that lovely? His brother carries his picture in his wallet. It's very lovely. And maybe used to more than he does now. I don't know if he's gotten a new one, but he shows me that his brother would carry him around with him.
Mm.
Was his brother younger than him?
Older.
Really? Because he takes care of his brother. He feels protective of his brother in a strange way. He's really watching out. His sister too. He's protective of both his siblings. Was that it? The 3 of them?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's just the 2 that he's bringing up that he's really watching over in a big way. And he loves his sister. She's pretty psychically in tune like you are. She'll get more signs, or she'll pay attention to him more than her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's always getting little messages and signs from Chris. Like especially when around when her daughter was born too. Yeah. He's kind of making fun of her relationship with her daughter's father. He's poking fun at that. I don't know if I should say this out loud, but he's like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, have you canned him yet? He's kind of making fun of it. Like, have you kicked him to the curb yet? And I don't know why, if there's a joke about that, but they're kind of laughing. So he's aware. He supports everything. But he says he would have made fun of him anyway when he was on Earth too. If he were here, you know, that's the way he is. He'd be tough on people. It's like, you better treat my sister right. That's his attitude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now he's just showing me Domino's pizza. He's showing me all this junk food.
He loved pizza, yes.
Yeah, pizza and chips, huh?
Yes.
Get me the meat lovers, he says. Get me the meat lovers, yeah. Most of all, he wants you to know that he's fine and he is at peace, that he doesn't have regret, and that he's survived. You know, life continues in that form, and he has, like, I don't think he was joking about having a girlfriend up there. And I feel like he's sort of continued his life, and part of his life is to come back and help you guys. That's part of his existence. He likes to visit Earth and really watch over his family, in addition to all the adventures he has over in the spirit world. So he's kind of in two places, but by choice. Yeah, it's like he's was he tall for his age, or was he just lanky?
He was just lanky, I think.
Yeah, because not chubby, not rounded. He's like slender, like he looks
Yes.
like.
He was,
And
yes.
even though he has nice hair, he's got a hat on all the time.
Yes.
He's got like a pair of red shorts and like a tank top and a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if he wants to get dressed up, he might put a chain around his neck.
Yes.
It's not exactly a Frank Sinatra type, but that's him. That's him. This is him in his sort of casual. This is how he is. He's relaxed. He's happy. There's a man in the spirit world that he's taken to who is almost fatherly to him in a sense in the spirit world, named George. I'm getting a big G name. Would that be someone from his father's history, do you know, or is it your family history?
No, it probably would be his dad's.
Mm-hmm. Like, I want to find out what his granddad's names are and stuff, because George seems to be a special, it could be George or Gordon, but I think it's George. Seems to be a special connection to your son up there, and is really been a very helpful soul in your son's evolution in the spirit world. So it would be interesting to find out when you can.
Okay.
There's nothing he wants you to do really for him, other than to, again, live to find happiness again. That's what he wants you to do for him. And this is an experience that is, in a sense, a first step, a first contact to have a new relationship with him, a spiritual relationship. So you can talk to him. You can meditate and talk to him and clear your mind, and answers will come. Sometimes not even right away. Sometimes you'll have a dream a few nights later, and he will come back. He will respond to you. That's the other thing he would like for you, because he wants to help you. You wondered if he suffered. He didn't suffer at all. He was gone in an instant. Like, in an instant. I'm getting a lot of head trauma.
Yes. Yes.
So it wasn't, he didn't feel it. It was like done, like launched out of his body. Like, I don't think he even made it to the hospital. I think he was gone right away.
Yes.
Was there a girl involved in this accident?
No.
You felt like you didn't get to the scene, or couldn't get to the scene. Was there a girl that got to the scene? Before you?
Not that I know of.
Tell me, a young woman. Anyway, he says it's not important, but you can maybe look back because you might not be thinking about everything right now, but you
Right.
can think back on it later. Because I know it's like you felt like, I wish, like, was he calling for me? Was he suffering? No, he was out
No.
of the body. He was standing there looking at the whole thing from the spirit side already, like right when it happened. So no. And then he came to you. He came to you first. Did you have a feeling that the day of before all this happened, before you found out, did you have any kind of psychic experience? Because he came through you.
Um, mm, no, but I had a really bad dream, and it wasn't about a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't about him, it was about my other son. He,
Sometimes the dream visions will project onto something symbolically. So your other son, or your firstborn son, right?
right.
It was about Christopher, but the dream used your other son as a symbol, maybe even to help you cope more, because your psyche couldn't have processed. Of course, how could you be expected to? So that was a psychic experience, but that wasn't his soul coming to you, obviously, but that was your psychic premonition in a sense. And 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 then I feel like he moved through you after he crossed over. I feel like he gave you like a soul hug.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm just waiting for if there's something else, because we're getting close to the point where you can ask some questions. But I just want to give him ample opportunity to say anything else he wants to bring up. He keeps putting 7 around you, the number 7. Is July a special date for you, or is there a 7th of a month or a 17th or something like that?
Um, my mother was born in July.
Hmm. We'll leave this as a part of the category of predictions, because something may happen on the 7th or in the 7th month of the year connected to this whole experience. Maybe he'll give you a great sign at that point.
Okay.
But I feel that when you expected to connect today to myself, a medium, your mother and your son were the priorities in terms of who you thought would be mentioned or show up. Is that fair to say?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because they are the ones front row center, and your mother's not talking much because she doesn't want to take anything away. She wants this to be all about Christopher, because she knows how important that would be.
Mm.
Okay, we're going to go to questions. Do you want to look over your paper, ask anything that you've written down? You could just even read your questions out loud if you want, and I'll tell you if I sense anything extra.
Okay.
Great.
The first question I wanted to ask was, are you happy, Chris? Are you in any pain?
Right. Beautiful. Yeah, like he said, he's happy, he's at peace, and pain is only the physical nerves communicating with the brain to let you know that you need to pay attention to something. In spirit, you don't have any nerves, so you can't get on their nerves.
Thank you.
Good.
Will we see you again?
Definitely. Not too soon, though. Not too soon, but you will see each other. Death is not goodbye, it's always until next time.
Okay. Is there any unfinished business on earth that you would want us to take care of for you?
That's great. That's great, because I think he answered that directly, because I remember saying, he said, no unfinished business. He just wants you to get to happiness. That's the unfinished business,
Yes.
because you've just been surviving at okay, and you need to try to find meaning again so that you can get up to happy. That's what he wants for you.
Okay. Um, did you see the gift that your dad left for you at your gravesite? Do you know what he left?
Great question. Let me see if you can show me. Yeah, all I see is a helmet, but that could be a symbol for something. Let me see. Hold on. He just shows me a helmet or keys or something. Is it symbolic? Is that not literally what he left, but a symbol of what he left?
Um, yes. Chris loved fishing, like you said earlier.
Oh,
You picked
okay.
up on that. And this one day, he wanted this lure from my husband because
Hmm.
he wanted to be able to catch a certain type of fish with this lure. And my husband gave it to him, and he came back home and he was so happy. He's like, "Dad, you're right. I caught all these fish." So I guess for some
Beautiful.
reason,
So he left the lure.
he
He left
left
the
the
lure.
lure.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because he's trying to show me mementos, like from his hobbies. That's why I think it was a helmet, but then he made it smaller into a key. But then I think he's trying to get me toward the lure, but he was having trouble showing it to me. But I think because he wanted to bring up, of course, he knew what your questions were, even though you haven't told me what they are and you never showed me them because I told you don't tell me anything.
Right.
He brought up fishing in shallow water earlier, and I think that was his attempt at acknowledging that. I believe that would have been. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Good.
You answered this one question already. Your grandma and Mary passed away. Were you with them when they crossed over? Did
Yeah.
you help them?
Yeah. Because she had dementia for a couple of years. Was it for 4 years in particular?
She started getting worse. Yeah,
For
she
4 years,
yeah
downhill, but she'd had it longer, but
yeah
really needed the care for the final 4 years. He was
yeah.
there for that. Yeah. He was there. Well, and it was only in the last couple of years that she had passed. I'd say 2.5 or so. What year was it that she had died?
It was about 3 years ago, Lisa. Yeah, about 3 years ago.
Not quite three, like two
Right,
years and a bit, like 2 years, 8 months or something. Right.
right.
Right. Yeah. What month was it that she passed? Was it close to November or the fall?
February.
Oh, okay. It's this month. Okay. So we've coincided with a lot of dates. It's harder for me to see dates when we're kind of in them at the same time. So yes, yeah, absolutely. His grandma. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This is one you already answered. Have you ever come to see us or left us any signs? Can you tell me what the signs were? And I know that I have found a lot of coins
Mhm.
around the house, which I don't find as much anymore. But
Yeah,
yes.
like he said, he doesn't do it as much these days. He's coming directly to you now. You can ask him for a sign. You can say like ring the doorbell, make the doorbell go off, and keep it to that sign for about a year. Like let's agree to, maybe you can even write it on paper, leave it on your night table or top of the fridge if your hubby thinks you're a kook. Then you can say, ring the doorbell to let us know you're here, and keep that up there for a year, and you'll see it'll happen. Mhm.
Okay.
But the birds are more for his sister, I feel, or his brother. Both his siblings will get birds and flying creatures because he'll do magnetic fields in the yard for them to let them know. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. There's just one more question, and my son asked me to ask you this.
Mhm.
Um, when Chris passed, he they always used to borrow each other. Well, mostly Chris would borrow Mickey's clothes, and he ended up using his coat that night, and Chris died wearing that coat, and my son didn't want to give it up, and he wanted me to ask you if what he should do with the coat, or ask Chris what he should do with the coat.
He's keeping the coat. He's going to keep it, and he'll pass it down one day into the family. I think it'll go maybe to a little boy one day. But I see him keeping it. I don't see him doing anything different with it. he was showing me socks as well, but I think that's a joke. Maybe he was always taking his brother's socks or whatever.
Yes.
Um, but the coat, yeah, yeah. It's not a. Was it one of those padded or bubbly coats? You know what I mean? Those sort of. It's got the padding. Wasn't like a leather jacket, but it's dark. It looks like.
Okay. It was actually it was gray. Not
Yeah,
no
yeah. But it's not leather. But was do you know if
no.
it was if it had stuffing to it?
Yeah, I think it did have
It's
some
because it feels like it's padded. That's why. It didn't look like a leather jacket. It looked like it was more padded. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep it. Hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. Um, this is just everything that he does today. It's all coming from love. He just is so happy he's been able to, in a sense, have a voice to get this across to you today and to let you know that he's been with you. Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, I thank you for doing this and agreeing to donate this to YouTube for educational purposes, so people can see
I
evidential mediumship.
I thank you very much. You've helped a lot.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So, what I'll do is I'll just stop the recording. We'll just talk for 2 seconds before we go.
I would like to thank Brough for my reading. He was able to answer all my questions. He had no prior knowledge of these questions and answered them one by one. Thank you again.